Chapter 2 of the Caitanya-caritamrita, which is called Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
И эта глава называется «Шри Чайтанья Махапрабху, Верховная Личность Бога, Caitanya-caritamrita».
But before we begin reading, we will sing a song which is about Lord Chaitanya.
И сейчас до того, как читать Caitanya-caritamrita, мы будем петь песню про Господа Чайтанью.
Adi-lila aruna pura bhava jai jamani gora amani jage. Vakata sangmuha loya sate gela nagara braje. Tattai tattai bhajalako gana gana tahi jajiraro. Preme dala dala sonara angacharane nupura bhaje. Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hare Bolena Bolore Vadana Bore.
Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hare Bolena Bolore Vadana Bore.
Vichenida Bashe Gelore Rati Diva Sasharira Saje.
Vichenida Bashe Gelore Rati Diva Sasharira Saje.
Hemana Durlabha Manavadeho Paya Ki Koro Bhavana Keho. Evina Bajile Yashoda Sutta Charame Puri Belaje. Urita Tapana Hoile Asta Lila Gela Bole Hoi Bebyasta. Tabe Keno Ebe Alasa Hoi Nabaja Hridoya Raje. Jivana Anitya Jana Hasar Kahena Navida Vipadabar.
Jivana Anitya Jana Hasar Kahena Navida Vipadabar.
Namashraya Kori Jatane Tumi Takaha Apana Kaje. Yeah. Jivara Kalyana Sadhana Kam Jakate Asi E Madhuryanam.
Jivara Kalyana Sadhana Kam Jakate Asi E Madhuryanam.
Avidyatimiratappana rupe Vridgagane viraje.
Adi-lila
Krishna Nama Shudakori Apan Jurayo Bhakti Vinoda Pran Nama Vina Kichu Nahiko Aro Choda Bhuvana Maje. When the tinge of red on the eastern horizon heralded the sunrise, the jewel of the twice-born, Lord Gaurasundar, immediately awakened. Taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, visiting towns and villages of Nadia.
You want to translate?
You have it there? Okay.
Когда восходящее солнце появилось на востоке, драгоценный камень дважды рожденного Господа Гарасундары пробудился и, взяв с собой своих преданных, он пошел по всем городам и деревням.
The mridangas resounded, tatai, tatai. The cymbals chimed in time, and Lord Gauranga's footbells jingled as his golden form trembled slightly in ecstatic love of God.
Мриданга кол звучала татай, татай, и джанджа, большие металлические караталы, похожие на маленькие тарелки, в этом чувстве играли в такт. Золотая форма Господа Гауранги слегка дрожала в экстатической любви к Богу, и его колокольчики звенели.
Lord Chaitanya called out to the townsfolk, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping, and your days decorating your bodies. Now just fill your mouths with the vibration of the holy names, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, Hari, chanting without offense."
Все преданные пели имена Мукунда, Мадава, Ядава, Хари, их рты наполнялись вибрациями, они объявляли все еще спящим людям: вы проводите ночи в бесполезном сне и дни, украшая свои тела.
You have achieved the rare human body. Don't you care for this gift? If you do not serve the darling of Yashoda now, great sorrow awaits you at death.
Darling, what does mean darling?
Darling, someone who's dear to, it refers to Krishna, very dear to Mother Yashoda.
Вы обрели такое редкое человеческое тело, но вас не волнует этот дар. Вы не служите любимцу Ишоды и медленно падаете через свои последние мгновения к смерти.
Each time the sun rises and sets, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and refuse to serve the Lord of the heart?
С каждым восходом и заходом солнца проходит день и теряется. Тогда почему вы остаетесь праздными и не служите Господу сердцем?
Understand this essential fact. Life is temporary and full of all kinds of miseries. So take shelter of the holy name as your only business. That would have been 14. Not 14. It'd be 6.
Эта временная жизнь полна различных страданий. Примите прибежище святого имени как свое единственное занятие.
Desiring to bless all souls, the sweet name of Krishna has descended to this material world and now shines like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance.
Чтобы проникнуть во тьму невежества и благословить сердца каждого святое имя вошло, как сияющее солнце.
Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna and thus satisfy the soul of Bhakti Vinod. There is nothing but the holy name within all the 14 worlds.
Пейте чистый нектар святого имени Кришны, 14 мирах нет ничего, кроме имени, оно наполнило душу Шри Бхактивинода.
For those who are watching outside, if you have any questions or comments along the way, you can type them in and we'll address them.
Если какие-то есть комментарии по лекции, вы можете написать.
Okay, so this was a song we're singing about the Sankirtan of Lord Chaitanya.
И эта песня, которая она описывает Санкиртану Господа Чайтаньи.
Lord Chaitanya would go out early in the morning.
И он просыпались ранним утром.
Playing the mridanga drums and the kartals
И они играли на мриданге, на караталах,
and chanting loudly
и распевали громко.
and calling people to wake up and take part in this chanting of the holy names of the Lord.
И они говорили, кричали, просыпайтесь, распевайте святое имя Господа.
Of course, we cannot get up early in the morning and wake our neighbors up to do that. The Lord Chaitanya did like that.
Конечно, не можем вдохновлять, чтобы соседи все просыпались ранним утром и распевали святые имена, но Господь Чайтанья делал это.
And by that chanting of the holy names, then we will gradually become purified of our material desires.
На самом деле, распевание, оно очищает материальные желания.
Because the nature of the soul is to be Krishna conscious.
И это природа души, сознания Кришны.
Actually, the nature of the soul is to have pure love for Krishna.
И природа души – это любовь к Господу.
And so we don't talk about converting people to become Krishna conscious.
Мы не говорим о том, чтобы людей переубедить стать сознательными Кришны.
Because the nature of the soul is already Krishna conscious.
Поскольку природа души – это уже есть сознание Кришны.
And what happens in practicing Krishna consciousness
И вот что случается, те, кто практикует сознание Кришны,
is that the dirty material covering over us is gradually washed away by the process of chanting. The soul is okay. The soul is by nature is pure, but because of many lifetimes of engaging in material activities, then our consciousness has become covered by that contamination. So the process of Krishna consciousness that we are practicing is gradually washing away that dirty covering. And in that way, the pure soul, which is inside, is gradually becomes uncovered. So, continuing on with the reading from Caitanya-caritamrita. We are on Adi-lila chapter 2,
Adi-lila, глава 2,
we're verse 39,
текст 32.
and the chapter is called Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Последняя глава называется «Читание Махапрабху, Верховная Личность Бога».
So this, we always say that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's not an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Всегда говорим, что Господь Читание – это есть Верховная Личность Бога, это не инкарнация Господа.
And in this particular chapter is showing how he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
И эта глава, она как раз показывает, что как он как является Верховной Личностью Бога.
So this Caitanya-caritamrita is actually quite advanced.
И Caitanya-caritamrita – это такая как PhD, продвинутая стадия.
But we will read it and try to listen and try to understand.
Мы будем читать и попытаться понять об этом.
And as we go through, then we can answer questions too if we have them.
И также можно задавать вопросы, если кого-то возникнет.
Okay, so this verse says, the word Nara refers to the aggregate of all living beings, and the word Ayana refers to the refuge of them all.
39 версия.
30. That was.
39. Chapter 2, Adi-lila.
Oh, well, actually, it's 38. Yeah, it's 38. Chapter 2, verse 38.
38 стих. Слово «нара» указывает на совокупность всех живых существ, а слово «аняна» на их прибежище. Just one second, one word, you can
Yeah.
Spanish also, because 70%.
Okay.
La palabra nara significa el conjunto de todos los seres vivientes y la palabra ayuna significa el refugio de todos ellos.
Okay. Next, verse 39. You are therefore the original Narayan. This is one reason. Please listen as I state the second.
Поэтому ты изначальный Нараяна. Это мой первый довод. Теперь, пожалуйста, выслушай второй.
The direct lords of the living beings are the Purusha incarnations, but your opulence and power are more exalted than theirs.
Непосредственными повелителями всех живых существ являются Пуруша-аватары, но ты превосходишь их могуществом и богатством.
Therefore, you are the primeval Lord, the original Father of everyone. They, the Purushas, are protectors of the universes by your power.
41. Поэтому ты, предвечный Господь, изначальный Отец всех и каждого, они, Пуруша-аватары, поддерживают Вселенную лишь благодаря твоему могуществу.
Since you protect those who are the shelters of all living beings, you are the original Narayan.
Поскольку ты покровительствуешь тем, кто дарует прибежище всему живому, ты изначальный Нараяна.
Purport. The controlling deities of the living beings in the mundane worlds are the Purusha avatars. Do one sentence at a time.
Комментарий. Три Пуруша Аватара — это божества, повелевающие всем живым в материальном мире, однако их могущество намного уступает могуществу Шри Кришны.
But the potent energy displayed by Sri Krishna is far more extensive than that of the Purushas.
Вот почему Шри Кришна, изначальная сеть и господин, поддерживает прежде мироздание посредством своих полных экспансий.
Sri Krishna is therefore the original Father and Lord who protects all creative manifestations through his various plenary portions.
Шри Кришна поддерживает даже тех, кто дарует прибежище всей совокупности живых существ. Нет сомнений, что он изначальный Нараяна.
Since he sustains even the shelters of the collective living beings, there is no doubt that Sri Krishna is the original Narayan.
Я already translated.
Okay. Maybe I will give a little explanation as we go. Purusha avatars.
И вот Пуруша Аватара.
So Krishna, in his original form, he incarnates as these called Purusha avatars.
И вот он инкарнирует себя, и это называется Пуруша Аватара.
Jai Shri Gauranitai, Shri Radha Vrajabihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadra, Lord Shri Ganesh Prahlad Maharaj Ki. So he incarnates as these Purusha avatars.
И он также все оригинал сорт Пуруша Аватара.
Yes.
Он источник всех Пуруша Аватара.
And these there are three Purusha avatars.
Есть три Пуруша Аватара.
So the Lord expands or incarnates first as Mahavishnu.
И он себя распространяет как Махавишну.
Mahavishnu is a very large form of the Lord.
Это очень-очень огромная форма Господа.
Srimad Bhagavatam describes that from the body of Lord Mahavishnu, entire universes are generated.
И Бхагава, по-моему, написано, что от него исходит суть Вселенной.
And then within each universe, there are actually many millions and billions of universes.
На самом деле миллиарды, триллионы Вселенной, каждая Вселенная.
Within each universe, the Lord expands again as Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
И в каждую Вселенную Господь снова он входит как Гarbhodaksha Vishnu.
And from Garbhodaksha Vishnu in each universe, then the original first living being, Lord Brahma, is born.
И вот из Гarbhodaksha Vishnu, когда Господь Брахма появляется в каждой Вселенной. Each universe,
In each universe,
каждая Вселенная.
and then within the hearts of each living entity, the Lord expands again as Kshirodaksha Vishnu.
И снова потом здесь universe, он
Everywhere, within Kshirodaksha Vishnu will be within the heart of every living entity in the material world.
в материальном мире, в каждой Вселенной, в каждом сердце, в каждого живого существа появляется Кширадакаша.
And it's through these Purusha avatars that the world and the universe and the planets within the universe move in some there's some order to the universe.
И вот эти три инстанции, Махавишну, Гarbhodakasha, Кширадакаша, они поддерживают все Вселенные.
And the universe actually has a purpose. It's not just it has a purpose.
И на самом деле Вселенная, у них есть определенное предназначение, цель.
Uh, the uh, the purpose of the universe ultimately, well, there's two purposes of the universe.
И на самом деле есть два предназначения, две цели Вселенной, планеты. Universe, Вселенная.
The first purpose of the universe is to give a chance to the living entities to try to enjoy separately from the Lord.
И одна из целей предназначения Вселенной, что дать живому существу попытаться быть Богом.
Because we actually can never really enjoy separately from the Lord, but we are given a chance to try.
Мы на самом деле никогда без воли Господа не можем наслаждаться, но в то же время Господь позволяет нам попытаться здесь быть Богом.
And but because that actually will never make us satisfied.
Поскольку мы никогда не можем найти удовлетворение.
So after many millions and billions of births and deaths, the living beings gradually start to realize that there has to be something better than just trying to enjoy material sense gratification. And at that point, then the Lord, his other purpose of the universe becomes manifest. It becomes clear what the other purpose of the universe is. Clear. It becomes obvious. Obvious. It becomes understood what the other purpose of the universe is. Okay, so and because when a living entity becomes when a living entity starts becoming enough frustrated with trying to enjoy this world, they look for something better than that. So the Lord has already planned for that, and He has put within the material world the Vedic scriptures. And He has also sent His different representatives in the form of spiritual masters. So when the living entity in human body becomes frustrated enough, they start looking for something higher. And that same Kshirodakshai Vishnu that is in the heart, he directs the living that particular living entity to how they to come closer to the Supreme Lord. Actually, Shri Upanishad says that it says the personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. And because He is completely perfect, everything coming from Him is also perfect. and everything is complete. Yeah, everything that God is completely perfect, and everything that He creates is completely perfect. So He, so even the material world is completely perfect. We may say, oh, this material world is not very perfect. There's suffering, there's birth and death. But from Krishna's point of view, the material world is perfect for what it was made for. Because what it was made for was to convince us to become fully Krishna conscious. Sometimes we may say, "Oh, I'm very frustrated. Everything's falling, not working for me." But that is the nature of the material world. We're supposed to become frustrated. Because if everything we wanted to do became very easy, we could do whatever we want without restriction, then we would simply think that, oh yes, now I have become God. So Krishna's job, so not job exactly, Krishna's purpose is that by the time we get out of the material entanglement, we will be ready to go back forever to the spiritual world. Okay, anyway, there's a couple of points on that verse. Actually, I'm supposed to be asking for questions right now. Are there any questions at this point? No? No. Just keep the class with the class. I can read some more if there's no questions. The next verse. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly hear my third reason. There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. That's number 43. What verse? 43.
О мой Господь, Верховная Личность Бога, милостью выслушай мой третий довод, существуют бесчисленные материальные вселенные и мириады трансцендентных властей. Вот такие мириады трансцендентных властей. What does mean there are so many
countless universes? There are countless universes and fathomless transcendental Vaikunthas. Okay, well, okay.
So how many Vaikunthas? So many?
It says fathomless. It means you can't count them. Okay, so there's two things mentioned in this verse. There's the countless universes. So the universes we talk about, we usually think of the universe as being a just unlimited space with a lot of planets and stars and so on in it, without any walls, so to speak. Can you translate it?
Just one second from that.
Yeah. Okay. So according from the Vedic understanding,
Согласно ведическому пониманию,
there's not just one universe. There are many,
не просто одна вселенная, а очень много.
and the universe, each universe has it's a certain specific size.
Есть определенные размеры вселенной каждой. How come this specific size? The different sizes in
Our universe, the one we're in, is Srimad Bhagavatam says that it is 4 billion miles wide.
И наша вселенная, она где-то 4 миллиарда шириной.
That is the open space within the universe.
Это открытое пространство для вселенной.
But there are layers of material layers around on the universe. Yeah, layers. Okay. The material, you have the open space, 4 billion miles. And then outside of that, there's a layer, the same thickness of earth. It means material, solid materials, earth we call it. Here.
Слои вселенной.
Oh,
Yeah, I translate. Yeah, yes, layers. It's like different.
yeah, yes.
Like each layer is covered each layer.
So the Srimad Bhagavatam describes that you have the open space, and then you have around that a layer around the whole universe of earth.
Вот в округе вселенной есть вот эти слои.
And on the outside of that, you have a layer 10 times as thick as the earth of water.
10 слоев воды есть, покрывают вселенную.
Earth, water, fire. Then there's a layer of fire.
Есть воздух, огонь.
There's like earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. These 8. So each one in that order.
Там же покрывают тонкие элементы, ум, разум и ложное эго. Mind, intelligence,
And false ego. False ego is the biggest one. And each
самое большое это ложное эго. But how the volcano is coming from fire, the in this universe, that like this mountain, they exploit volcanoes.
I understand your question.
There's like if you see like there's like news, the lava coming from like.
Yes, yeah, we have fire, everything inside the universe. I'm talking about the layers outside.
Вот там внутри есть тоже огонь, и также снаружи выходит.
And anyway, we're talking about the universes, so there are large number of universes, and each one is constructed in that way. Okay, and then the the verse also mentions the Vaikunthas. Vaikuntha means spiritual planets.
Есть также Вайкунтхи, это духовные планеты.
So outside of the space that has all these material universes, there are planets, big spiritual planets.
И также за пределами Вселенной есть огромные планеты Вайкунтхи, духовные.
Vaikuntha planets.
Миллиарды Вайкунтха планет.
And
Each Vaikuntha planet, they are Lord Vishnu,
yes, Lord Narayan.
Lord Narayan.
Okay, and then there's
How many living beings? You know, all the universe is unlimited, yeah?
we can't count them. How many living beings? But the living beings in the material world are a small portion. Most living entities are in the spiritual world.
Здесь на самом деле в материальном мире небольшая часть обусловленных душ находится. Большая часть живых существ они находятся в духовном мире.
The material atmosphere is
Very philosophical topics.
yeah, it is. Maybe it's too much for now. Everyone's leaving. So anyway, the material world is kind of like a prison for us living entities that are rebellious. And then when we gradually become fully Krishna conscious, then we can go back home, back to the spiritual world. And once we go back to the spiritual world, we don't make the same mistake again. We do not come back. Okay, so I think we'll stop here. Tomorrow, then we'll be back on Srimad Bhagavatam. I think we're starting a new chapter tomorrow. Okay.